For now, though,
This is why I asked for predictions, because it just fills time.
It fills time, but I don't like to predict. I like to look at the facts and then work it out once we're in a game, because anything can happen. This is Heroes of the Storm, but we are loading in to our third series. This is going to be Fnatic versus Gamers2. Gamers2 currently on the board with 1 win versus SK. Fnatic coming in afresh. So let's see if Fnatic have are going to be able to use their slight relaxed state after not having to play a series first before this to their advantage. For now, though, they are on the left-hand side. It is Fnatic Esports, and Kessel will be playing the Tyrande. Freds is on the Diablo. Ace of Spades going to be playing the Rhaegar. Shinobu is the Jaina. And Lowell, hiding behind the tower, is going to be the Illidan. You can't hide from me. I have screen rotate.
And on the right-hand side, the red side of the map, pings are going towards the top. I guess they're steam bushes. Joey on the Zeratul. Nika this time on the Hammer. It's not ADRD because he's on Tasta. Leo from Korea on the Malfurion. And Zaichu on the ETC as they start to duel out. It's going to be Zaichu getting overpowered into the stun, but Fred's taken a lot of damage. And there's the first blood because Nika is just sieged up there. So much damage coming down, but it's not really a big XP lead.
Nope, it's not an XP lead, but it does give them good control of the lanes, and it's going to allow them to clear out this mid lane very effectively, abandoning the top lane, but they could rotate up there and, hiccups, get there in time to soak any XP. They shouldn't lose any minions. Yeah, Tastar there in time to make sure they don't lose any minions worth of XP, so still good for Gamers2.
Yep, and down in the bot lane, we're going to have the battle of the melee assassins. Zeratul up against Illidan. That's going to be an interesting one to keep our eyes on. In this top lane, we're 4 versus 3 for now, as Leo from Korea isn't here. Saichu able to steal away 1 mere coin, but Freds did come away with 4 as we see the rotation down towards the bot lane. Lau is 2-0 in coins for now, as Zhou is stealthed up, has to blink away, does get 2, but Shinobu's coming onto him. The power slide is not going to do too much.
Wow.
Double lunar flare. As Fred still, again, taking a lot of damage, but they're trying to get onto Zaichu, but it's just not enough. 1 throw trade, and Fred's with 7, Lau with 2 coins, and Zaichu only has 1.
Yep, and Fnatic, despite giving away that first blood, like you said, not a huge XP deficit, they were able to win both of those chest fights. They weren't able to get enough for 10 coins, but at the 2-minute mark, we will be seeing those mercenaries spawn in, and they can go grab the remaining coins they need from that. They're only 1 short, as we can see, currently rolling past the turning point. Zaichu has that 1 coin to himself. Gonna see?
Yep. Nika is going to start sieging up as they start to get a 4-man push, and they have so much pushing power. Of course, when Zaichu hits level 4, he could take Echo Pedal, which increases their wave clear a hell of a lot more. These towers already out of ammo. Nika is just going to have so much fun, whereas Lau and Ace, they're just taking coins around the map. They're going to get the first hand in, but it'll only get towers. Zhou, however, is going to get a bomb onto Shinobu just to dismount and get some damage done, but that's just about it for now.
Yep, and Nika doing exactly what you need to do on this map, focusing down the towers as quick as possible in this mid lane. Down it goes, the first one. They're actually going to take down the gate as well. So by pushing this hard, when they do get their first turn in, it basically guarantees the death of the fort in the mid lane, and that is exactly what they want. Zeratul going for the Vorpal Blade talent. And for those of you who don't know what that is, as it's a very rare pick, Vorpal Blade allows him to activate it and teleport to the last non-structure target that he attacked within 3 seconds of last using it. Not going to use it here, as he's going to blink away from Shinobu, who does not want to get caught out at all. But a very interesting talent pick. We'll have to see how that works out for him.
Just adds to his mobility more than anything. Of course, people were complaining before when, of course, you have Wormhole, you have Bolt of the Storm.
Yeah, because
add that in as well.
Yep. Oh wow! Well, he just got Jada. I just completely missed that. I thought he was going back. I thought he was going to hang back with some health, and it also means that basically everything he attacks gets that cool little animation above its head, which is awesome. But for now, the rest of the map seems to be, in fact, the entire map seems to be in G2A's favour at the moment. Gamers2's favour, pushing very hard in most of the lanes. and doing a good job. And it's not too bad. It's their sponsor, so calling them by their sponsor's name is not as bad as just calling by the wrong team.
Yeah, as they are pushing up. They got 2 towers down top.
Ooh,
Fred's is going to go in onto Leah. Wow. There is no Tyrande stun just yet. Zaichu
it did go down. Tyrande stun went down in the middle of the blizzard, which held them in the blizzard for both of it. Leah from Korea getting chased very hard. Lau's going onto it, but the shield may save him. Nope, there's the overpower, and Leah from Korea will go down. Kessel being forced to back up a bit. Lau just being bounced around like a pinball here. He's going onto Nika right now. He gets stunned. Nika being dropped low, but Lau's also going down low as well. He takes down Tassadar, but Zaichu able to pick him off, and he will get out of there with 4 coins from his opponent. And Zeratul going for the just auto attack build, taking the Searing attacks talent at level 7. Yoink!
Just yoinking that coin away there, blinking onto it, as now he's going to try dueling with Ace here.
Oh,
Shinobu is down
it's a bad plan.
Needs to blink away.
Yeah, very nearly died there. Just trying to fight someone as a melee assassin who has a lightning shield on them when they start off on higher health. Not going to work out. You need another level or 2 before you're going to be able to get away with that. Sergeant Hammer going for the full range build. Very standard stuff that we've seen in the past. And, well, we're actually seeing very standard builds out of everyone here, except, well, for Zeratul. Whose auto-attack builds we are seeing a lot more commonly nowadays on Zeratul, as it is a very effective build, and that double bomb nerf made it a little less viable. Not viable at all, but a little less viable. But the Vorpal Blades is still a little weird, but he's made good use of it so far.
Embrace change.
Embrace change, always.
Embrace it with open arms. Give it a big hug.
As a character from a game we shan't mention would say, change is good. Nika, just keeping control of this middle watchtower for the moment. Throw down some mines, just making sure that they keep it protected. Second turn-in has gone over to Fnatic, and it's dropping a large amount of bombardment onto that top fort. And will it take it down? I think it will at this point. One more shot. It's going to be close either way. And chunk. Boom. Yes, it does. And in the meantime, yep, down goes ETC straight away. We're now seeing Leah from Korea backing up, and Fnatic really on top of this map. Gamers2 really keeping up in terms of XP, but they seem to just be losing most of the fights. They are getting a few picks here and there, though. We see Zhao throw out one of his shuriken, thanks to that wonderful skin. Throws out shurikens instead of singularity bombs. And, yeah, not able to land it, but it still looks cool.
As Fnatic hand in even more coins now as they get their third hand in, which is going to go down towards this bot lane. Unfortunately, there are going to be a few wasted on these towers, especially because there is the shield up.
Oh, will it?
From
nope, shield expires.
But G2, they're going to try and react to this by taking this hard camp, getting a push of their own. They haven't had a hand in yet. They've got 1 fort in mid. The mule in top lane, though, is going to heal up that top structure. They are, however, going to grab this hard camp, push down bot lane with it, and we'll have to see whether they should be able to get at least 1, maybe 2 towers here.
Yep, and having a look at some of the talents, even though Zeratul is going for the auto-attack build, still sticking with the Void Prism. The, what is the name of that talent? Not Shadow Stalk. Is it Shadow Stalk? I thought that was Tyranda's.
Shadow Assault.
Shadow Assault. Yes, my mistake. I misheard you. But yeah, I was thinking Shadow Stalk, and I was like, that's the wrong talent. But now, Zhao going in onto Ace of Spades, being forced to drop the Ancestral Healing onto himself. But in comes Lau from the back. And this is a very wonky fight for both teams. Neither getting a good angle here. But it's going in Void Prism, only hitting Lau and Zaichu himself. In comes Illidan now that Void Prism's over. Manages to hit 2 people. Down goes Zhao in that fight. Lau is being dropped low thanks to that root. He goes down as well. Freds may have pushed down a bit too far here. He's going to back up. Ace and Shinobu on the retreat. Zaichu didn't have a stun up. Not able to chase down Shinobu any further. And now we're seeing Gamers2 going to continue pushing in here.
Yeah, but of course, when you have a Sergeant Hammer on your team, you can keep pushing. And that's a really nice siege position. Can hit all of the 3 structures that were left. The fountain, the tower, and of course the fort. As there you go, the fort goes down. Still though, Fnatic, they have 1 more up than Gamers2. They still have this top one, which is being healed by the mule. Grab the easy camp to counter this push down bot. As Joey looking to take away this hard camp, but going to just bypass it because he can't really take it by himself. Isn't tanky enough to solo it just yet.
Indeed, he's going to be dealing with that. He does have his Assassin Blade trait, which is super good when it comes to auto-attack Zeratul. It just does huge amounts of damage when he comes out of Cloak. And, well, makes him a little more maneuverable when he is in Cloak as well. Rest of Gamers2 gonna be gathering around here, and they will take this Bruiser camp for themselves. ETC, as we've said before, doing ETC things, going to be pushing this bot lane. Fnatic, though, staying gathered up now. They know they're not in a terrible position still when it comes to fighting, so just going to stick together, make sure they can turn their coins in, stay protected, and stay safe as a group, because they do not want to get picked off by a roaming Zeratul. Owl hits onto ADRD, he gets vision of the turn-in area, and there's the chests, just in time.
Yoe is trying to get in towards here. If only he knew where Lao, Shinobu, and K1 and Freds were, that'd be a nice 5-man easy VP.
Now they do.
Yeah, now they do because of the Oracle. We also have the Distortion Beam coming out from Tassadar. Speaking of Tassadar, he's going to get engaged upon Dimensional Shift out of there. Stage Dive coming in from ETC. They're trying to get onto Freds. That's a very nice VP in the backline. The Apocalypse is going to lock up a few members, but it won't be able to do much. Lao now is all by himself as the VP drops. Fnatic do not want anything to do with this right now, but Joey about to say, tough luck, I am still here.
He doesn't want to go in on his own, though.
He doesn't want to go by himself.
Yeah, he's got vision, so he knows that Fnatic are backing up here. They're heading for this top chest. Adiardi going to grab some vision, see if there's any chance of stealing. He knows there's not, so he's going to go down and help his team.
And how many coins do we have on Fnatic? The answer is 6. How many do they need? Exactly that, 6, as Gamers2, they need to try and stop this one. Joey, still stealthy, needs to get in here and interrupt them, but it looks like Lao and Ace are going to get the hand in. There's not going to be a fight to come after. It's just going to be a gentleman's agreement back away from this one, as top is getting pushed down by these Bruiser camps.
Yep, so we will see Fnatic head up to try and deal with that. And the Mule's not going to do too much. It could actually, yeah, it took a bit to react there, but it will finally start repairing that fort for Fnatic. And Fnatic just going to clear this up. Having a look at some of the talents that we have on this at this level 13, Giant Killer once again coming in for Illidan, a bit more of an aggressive talent, and makes a lot of sense considering the ETC on the side of Gamers2. We've already seen Assassin's Blade, and we have, as a response to the Giant Killer out of Illidan, the Giant Killer out of Sergeant Hammer on the side of Gamers2. Oh, here we go!
Fred's going in, and there it is. The Lunar Flare, of course, going to miss because of the fast fingers of ADRD getting that dimensional shift in. Metamorphosis is going on to 2. Archon being popped as well in the backline. Shinobu's pretty exposed, but they're not going on to him just yet. Only now are they going for it, and there's the combo they were looking for. ADRD not going to survive this one. Saichu is on the front line. They were able to isolate Lao and Ace of Spades, but you usually just want to try and isolate Rhaegar, as Zaichu now will also fall. Leo from Korea is now going to back away from this one. Really nice trade for Fnatic 2 for O as they now turn their attention to this boss in the top lane, and then they'll follow it up with a push there as well.
Yep, Fnatic playing super well in this game, and we're even seeing the Hunter's Mark on that boss, allowing them to kill it off even quicker. And because of this, they've managed to get their level 16 talents a little bit before Gamers2. Won't be too much late. We'll probably see Gamers2 get it before the next fight. But we have the double blood for blood on Illidan and the Rhaegar. We have the True Shot Aura coming out from Tyrande, which is super good when you're running with an Illidan. We have the Numbing Blast, which is the route that we saw earlier on in the series with SK. And we have that's coming out of Jaina, and the Imposing Presence on Diablo, and they're going in. He's a bit separated. Yeah. We didn't see the full combo, but we did see Kettle able to catch up in time in order to land it. Root from Leo lands on no one. He's just going to ice block and just buy his team some time here, but not going to save himself. And we're going to see Fnatic grab this Bruiser camp as well. Zhaoe also able to get the turn in.
Yep, he is going to be able to grab that one. Sitting on a pile of coins was he. This is the first turning that Gamers2 have successfully got. It's going to definitely get this top fort now. And then we'll move on towards the mid lane towers afterwards. Right now, Joey and Saichu tried grabbing the hard cap there. The owl came past, and that will signal the retreat of the Polish side as Lao. And he's going to come in for this one, steal it away. They probably won't push top lane with it. It's just more of a denial and just get 2 more coins on their side. Now they have enough to get another hand in.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Just going to roll back in there and start turning in some coins. Actually, no, they're not. They're going to head up to just grab some more coins and clear some waves. They just want coins. Need more. I need more money. And on the site, while they are just gathering all the money on the map, we are just going to have a quick look at Gamers2's talents for their level 16. But Zerg coming in from Zeratul is a little interesting considering he isn't running the Shadow Assault, where if you combine those two, you get ridiculously fast auto attacks combined with the extra damage that you're already getting from the Assassin's Blade and the Searing attacks. We have the Executioner coming out of Sergeant Hammer. We wanted to see it earlier, choosing not to go for that Hover Siege or that graduating range. Dimensional Warp coming in from Tastar, even though he's not running the Prescience, just relying on his own fast fingers and his shields to keep him alive with the support of his, well, support. Malfurion, Tenacious Roots, just trying to get some more lockdown.
Feel
Hasn't
like
really
we've seen a situation like this before. Stage dive coming in. Fred's on the front line, though. The Starfall is keeping Saichu a little bit away.
Good
Apocalypse in such
Apocalypse.
confined space. Fred's
using
Ancestral.
Yep, get
Very
in there.
nice VP, but Lau is in there. They're going to have to fall back from this one. ADRD wants to stick around, however. Zaichu trying to get back in here on to Lau, but it's just a war of attrition right now. Back and forth threads
That
now.
might be a bit far.
Onto Leo, into the Lunar Flare. Zaichu now in the backline, not where he wants to be. Fred's getting snared up, as is Lau. Fred's is the first to fall. He doesn't have enough souls to resurrect either, as now Gamers2, they're going to try and keep pushing on here. They get a slow onto Kessel, and again, and one more. They get a 3-man stun.
Kessel's given his life here to help his team escape. What we saw there was the perfect combo that Gamers2 wanted. We saw Malfurion land his root down, which is the Tenacious root, so it lasts a half a second longer as well. And then that was combined with the Giant Killer and Executioner of Sergeant Hammer to do what I believe is described as massive damage.
Tons of damage. Well, I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted by a certain Riot caster.
Can you imagine going to a patent office for that? I would like to patent the term tons of damage for broadcasts. Oh well, but we're seeing Gamers2 now, finally heading around the map and gathering coins, but the rest of the team, coins and all, is pushing this bottom lane. Zhao is just going straight onto this. He's just tanking it himself with no minions, but he's now arrived. But he's able to keep himself alive as well, thanks to Leo from Korea. And that is the first keep of the game going over to Gamers2. And Zaiju is making sure that a response keep does not come out. ADRD, though, taking a bit of damage, but no, he's going to get out. They could,
in theory, try and turn on this one, but Lau and Ace are here. Joey,
they're going for it.
He does have VP up. Stage dive coming in as well. They're going to try and get onto Lau. Starfall been forced out as well, pretty deep in. As you said, Ace of Spades a little bit caught out here. There's the VP, just to make sure they get a kill off. Fred's really just can't come in here. The Ancestral being used doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, and we actually did see Zhao using his Vorpal Blade pretty effectively. He was able to catch up with Rhaegar and just keep up with him until he was like, yeah, I can't use this again for a while. I'm going to Void Prism you. Gamers2. Just going to continue pushing down this mid lane for the moment, getting comfortable. They have everyone alive, and seeing as the healer for Fnatic is down, they're just going to continue to push this aggressive as they like. And although Zaiju getting separated out, but he's ETC, he's able to survive, and level 20s are available, so he has the hardened shield to allow himself to get out a little easier. ADRD just popping his dimensional shift just to get some health back rather than anything else. Freds gets separated, he gets rooted, and down he goes. Water Elemental being popped and focusing down Zhao. Rest of Fnatic going to be backing up here. Water Elemental gets killed off pretty quickly. Sergeant Hammer sieging up out of range with that Nexus Frenzy, sorry. In comes Lau, but he doesn't get rooted actually. He's able to get out and will continue to push forward as hard as he can. ADRD, down goes Zhao. Now continuing to push forward, down goes Hammer, and they're clearing up everyone. Leo is on the run. You can see the Earthbind Totem trying to go down. Lau gets rooted. Leo's on the run. Ace is there with him. Where's the Earthbind Totem to try and prevent the escape? They shouldn't need... Well, okay. Alright. We'll just wait here then. And
still going.
He's still going. He's trying to bait. He's getting health back, but there we go. Finally goes down. But Fnatic able to clear up almost everyone, and it looks like they're going to try and go for the win here. To go for the counter kill. Zaichu, only one alive for Gamers2 here. Next soonest alive will be Zeratul on 25 seconds. Lau just going to ignore Zaichu here and go straight for the core. Fnatic going to try and end this here and now. Zaichu trying to kill off Shinobu here to buy a team some time. There's the heal. And this is going to be a race against time. They are on the clock. They have 10 seconds left for Zeratul, who could Void Prism the core to keep it alive if he wants to, but it might not be enough. 3, 2, 1. There's the mule. Zeratul needs to Void Prism that core to keep it alive. He's going to get Void Prism the team. Team is coming back. Hammer sieging up, but there's the Apocalypse. Stage dive comes in. They're going for the core. It's so low, and Fnatic takes the game.
Wow. Just when you thought Gamers2 were going to finish things off, going for the final push, Fnatic come back a little bit sloppy, it has to be said, from Gamers2 going on to the core, but even so, such a close finish there at the end as Fnatic take the first map here. On Blackheart's Bay, they go 1-0 up in this series, up against Gamers2, and work really well. Brightwing looks terrifying up in this top right corner, though.
Really does. It looks very cool. I especially just love the... I'm pretty sure that Thrall is in range of the knockback in that picture. So that image is taken like a split second before Thrall is hit by the Guardian knockback and is just sent flying backwards past the rest of his team.
Level 20 is just going to bolt out, come on.
You don't bolt out the way of a Guardian. That's such a waste. Come on now.
I don't know, AI might.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the left-hand side of the Sky Temple in the blue trunks, it is going to be Fnatic. And starting in the top lane, it is going to be Shinobu on the Sergeant Hammer. Ace of Spades is on the Rhaegar. Lau is on the Jaina. In the mid lane, it will be Kessel on the Valor. And bot lane is Freds, performing a very cool stance on the Chen.
And up against Freds is Leo from Korea on Uther. Joey had a very good showing on Kerrigan up against SK on this map. Is going to be here. Nika on the Falstad, Saichu on the ETC for I don't know how many times now, and ADRD on the Tasta for probably the same amount of games.
Very much so. So, both of these teams at the moment look like they're playing very safely. Ace hiding in the bush as well as Shinobu. Neither of them look like they're going to try and go for a dive there. Zhao is waiting to try and go onto Kessel along with Zaichu, but Kessel playing very far back, very close to tower. They don't have vision, so they're not just going to not take the risk. Having a look at some of the level 1 talents, we can get an idea of where these teams are going, but it's just very standard stuff out of everyone, except for the resistant talent out of Sergeant Hammer, but that makes a lot of sense when you see that there is 3 different hero potential for stun. Well, 4 if you count the Hammer Time talent out of Falstad. But yeah, there's a potential for stun, so having resistance on Sergeant Hammer is pretty nice. And stun does not land.
Just short there. Almost got aiming for Ace of Spades, but got the double grasp onto Shinobu and Lau, but just missed out on the stun.
That's really humiliating, where you manage to hit 2 people, or like, yeah, I'm a god, and the stun misses both of them. That is just so unlucky.
Yeah, as Joey and Saichu coming back round, they do get spotted out by the mines, but Joey could still jump in on this. Look how compact Shinobu and Lau are. They're literally on top of each other here. Yeah,
they're asking for it, but once again, doesn't land. But this does mean that because Zhao has used that grab, he's going to back up here and go and help fight in the mid lane instead of trying to contest the top lane, because Fnatic going to move in and take control of this. ADRD shielding himself, going to do some counter damage onto Lau here. Shinobu does get stunned, but that resistance, I don't think that actually helped. I think he unsieged, so he didn't get the resistance available. It's Hammer also taking the excessive force, which doubles the knockback distance. Also a pretty decent counter to Zhao here.
Yeah, of course, if Kerrigan does jump in, gets knocked back, then going to probably be further back than behind ETC. So it's not all doom and gloom, I guess, for Zhao, on the basis that it'd be a lot safer than just going straight up onto Shinobu here. But going for the Envenom, which you'd then expect to go into Ultralisk and Adaption 7. But in this bot lane, it's just pretty even down there. There's still Ace of Spades.
He's out. He is fine.
He is.
Very
Or
close
is he?
though. Zhao gets it with the Primal Grasp. Stun does not land though. Lowell able to back out. But this does mean that Gamers2 going to be able to take this top temple, this mid temple as well. They got quite a few shots from the top one. And you can see the XP advantage they're getting here. Just going to keep growing. In the meantime, in the most passive bot lane ever, when neither player is going to get an advantage, Freds and Leo are just chilling.
But now you have Saichu and Joey here.
Yeah, they're waiting for it. They want their moment. Freds, there's the engagement, and not going to follow through on it. Yep, like I said, passive of neither getting an advantage. They're just going to leave.
Level 7 though?
Like, we can't deal with this. Yep, level 7 is an advantage that we're going to see out of Gamers2. We have the Guitar Hero coming in from ETC, standard stuff for the extra damage. Boomerang out of Falstad, adding to his burst. Adaptation, just standard stuff. There's the cleanse. And from Tassadar, it should be static charge. Eventually.
You say that.
I say that and I'm right.
I was going to say ADRD does like going for the extra duration on the dimensional shift.
He has done that once so far.
Yeah, he played it on this map as well.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, but it was with a more sustainable comp, whereas this team is more engage and fight style. Nika trying to land a hammer, but just using it to clear instead, as Hammer did back out from the hammer. That's going to be confusing. But Nika just going to help with ADRD clean this up. They should be able to do it in time to go down and help with the bottom temple when it comes up.
Yep, and again, this passive bot lane, Uther has the upper hand on Chen.
By a slight and tiny amount of health. You jump in, you get stunned. That's how it works here in Uther land. And
these two Siege Giants are still alive, or at least one of them still is. Just constantly getting healed up from Leo. Tuster in this mid lane has allowed Hammer to siege up, needs to drop a Side Stomp on her as soon as he can. There it is. Forces the thrusters and the first aid, I believe, straight out of Hammer. As the bottom temple should be coming up. There it is.
Yep, bottom
I'm
temple.
a psychic.
You are indeed. So 7 seconds now until that. Joey just waiting for his team before he starts on this Siege Giant camp. Only managed just to get the stun on one. Didn't really position that as good as he could have, but they're still going to be able to grab this. Temple has now spawned. Freds, instead of just grabbing it and getting a couple free shots off, is in fact just going to wait there and see who comes down. But now, now here comes everyone. So, yeah, he's just going to let them have that.
Top lane, though, Fnatic gonna still persist with this 3-man push. Level 10 has been hit by Gamers2, so you can understand why Fnatic do not want to go for this. There we have the Archon, the Ultralisk, the Hinterland Blast, Stage Dive, and of course the Divine Shield. As ADRD has come up here, they're going to try and force Shinobu away. Stage Dive coming in. Shinobu's just started to siege up as well. Has to thrust his way out of that one as ADRD now gets slowed up.
Saichu. Oh, now that's why you have the knockback. That was insane.
That was
distance.
So much distance.
Yeah, and disengage, safety, which makes a lot of sense considering ATC Kerrigan is going to be
Safety
jumping
first,
onto
kids.
them. Yeah, safety first. Always bring your concussive blast with excessive force when you go to fight in the Sky Temple. And level 10 has now been hit by Fnatic. And once again, standard stuff. Ancestral Healing, Napalm Strike, Water Elemental, the Wandering Keg. And it's looking at how much stun is on the side. I think it's safer for her to go with the Rain of Vengeance. And yes, there it is. Like, Strafe is nice, but you probably want an Ufa on your team if you're running it.
Yeah, and especially on the basis that Kerrigan's going to be jumping in quite deep, that if you can get a Rain off, then it's going to CC her up for a little bit longer. She's a little bit exposed, vulnerable.
It also adds the potential of the Executioners at the level 16's Executioner is.
Yes, indeedy. As Saichu looking to get a bit of a flank on here, is going to spot out Freds, as he's actually going to go just hit up this fort and back straight out of that one.
Yep, Freds being very aggressive, as he can be now that he has his Brute Master's Balance talent at level when he got that at level 7, which allows Chen to just be so much more aggressive than you'd see normally. Let's have a look at Chen, actually, see how well he's doing on his Regeneration Master talent. He's only got 2 stacks for the moment, still an extra 12 regen per second, and that allows him to go a little bit aggressive. Doesn't dive in, though, so he's not able to deny this, but he's able to do some damage. choosing to not use his abilities, and the reason he's doing this is so he can keep the movement speed buff and the health regen, which allows him to clear out these mercenaries without having to sacrifice the health regen, and so that he can run away if need be.
Yep, as Gamers2, again, they're just trying to defend this, but we all know how hard it is to defend against the Sergeant Hammer, as yet again it is Shrine time. Falstad on this top lane has been pushing it out. This fort is pretty low. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it fall on at least this push. Nika is going to go for it. Jaina, in fact, he's getting collapsed on. He needs to probably fly away now.
Yeah, he realizes, throws out his boomerang with the throws out his hammerang, with the boomerang talent, just to get that little extra damage. Doesn't finish it off. He could definitely hinterland blast it and finish it off, but chooses not to. And Fnatic choosing to re-rotate back to the bottom lane to try and fight there instead and steal some shots from Zaichu. Zaichu, though, sees them coming, and he's just going to back the hell away. Does not want to fight this. Gamers2, though, just going to take control of this top temple instead and steal Fnatic's Bruiser camp.
Yep, and they're probably just going to push after this one as well. Fnatic doing the same in the bot lane, but they have the fort to go through, which, yes, the Shrine is doing a good job of. But this is a gate down, a tower down. This is an exposed keep right now with a Bruiser camp, a Tassadar, and a Falstad. This push has certainly got to favour Gamers2, especially with the level lead. Fnatic surely have to back away from this and try and defend this.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. We're seeing every single one of them be back to base, except for Rhaegar, who's just holding out the final shots. And now he's going to be that all the Temple Guardians will die. But Fnatic just going to be able to clean this up.
Oh, close.
Nah, it's fine. They don't have a mule though. That is a situation where you just walk away from it. It's like, not even close. It's fine. Ignore it. It won't die in the next 3 seconds to any ability ever. But Gamers2 get a group up by the boss. They're trying to bait Fnatic in, but using the Oracle, Fnatic now instantly know that something is going on down here, and they're actually going to group up and head in as a group. Fred's, though, scouting out. He is the tankiest. He wants to draw their attention as is, so he's going to roll in. ETC just chilling in the top lane, doing his standard thing. He's just going to soak up the XP and get ready to jump in when he is needed.
Yep, and of course, that keep being so low is a big threat that ETC is up there. If you start spawning catapults, but look at this. Fnatic are going to try and stop this push, stop the push of ETC by starting an aggro in the boss. But Saichu's not buying any of it. He's still pushing. He's got the minion wave. You've got to think this is going to be a keep. Shinobu has thrusted his way up there. Freds is coming as well.
All they've really done here is actually just prompted Gamers2 to start taking the boss, as it took a little bit of damage. And because ETC didn't come down, Fnatic reacted, and now they're far too late to prevent the boss. So they've basically just lost both situations. ETC's coming in for the stage dive. Lands it on Lowell a little, but doesn't get too much. Freds, Primalgos does land, but he takes a full hit blast to the face and goes down before the Ancestral goes off. And it's nice and good having a Chenesia carry, but if he dies before he actually Chenesia tank. But if he dies before he actually tanks any damage, then that is an issue. Chen not able to brew himself up to survive there, and just took all the abilities to the face.
It also didn't help that he was safe until he flying kicked back into the hinterland blast.
Yeah,
I hear that doesn't help.
I've heard it helps as well. If he was in a pretty good position, like you said. He would have avoided it. He'd been pulled back in and been body blocked from getting stunned by Kerrigan. So he was stopped from being pulled in via the Primal Grasp into the stun. So he was pretty safe from the stun. He had enough brew to get the movement speed buff, so he could have run away, but he kicked in order to go through the different entrance to his base, and kicked straight into the hinterland blast, and like you said, basically got drilled a new orifice. And if there's one thing you should take away from this game, it's don't let Falstad drill you a new orifice. And
oh boy.
We are going to see Fnatic take care of this Bruiser camp, this Siege Giant camp that was taken by Gamers2, and now they're going to move into this mid temple to try and take control of that. Yeah, mid keeps down. Bottom one will be going down soon if these shots continue to go off the way they are.
Joey. Really nice from Joey there. The grasp onto Shinobu, followed up by the stun, just lurking in that brush right there. This has given Gamers2 complete control of the last few shots of this shrine, going towards what's now going to be the bottom keep.
Yeah, we saw a couple going for the fountain as well because these things are very indecisive. But a couple shots. The fountain's now down. Just the keep alive, and it's just one keep and one core is all that remains for Fnatic now. Not doing as well in this game. This could be the first series we have that doesn't go 2-0 as Gamers2 are looking so strong with a 2-level lead.
They most certainly are, as Jaina and Keiso on Vala and Fred on Chen. They're just lurking around here, just seeing if they can recover some ground, but Joe and Leo just deny that one straight up. They could potentially just go in and take away the hard camp here just to apply some pressure. Looks like that's what they're going to try and go for, unless Joey wants to try and engage.
Very possibly. And I want to ask you a question. Have you seen Chen ult yet?
No.
Me neither. Just
I didn't
curious.
see it in the Cursed Hollow game either from Araragi, but
this is true.
Now
would be a good chance.
Sage Dive is coming in as well. Fred's in the back, getting stunned up. Hinterland Blast. We saw the ult for a very short period of time. The Wandering Keg. Lau now getting bursted down. Shrunken as well. And Tacita just goes flying on back. The Ultralisk though, Saishu is blocking Ace of Spades here. Surely facing out on Power Slide R up.
Nope.
There it is.
Kessler and
it looks like Gamers2 are going to power their way through here, try and take this game, and make it all square at 1-1.
Yep, so... yeah, there's nothing that Fnatic can do here. They're going to throw in a bit of damage, maybe try and take that ADRD, but Gerd lose Valor. And yeah, first series to go to 1-1 so far, and that is very interesting because Gamers2 were looking very good. And the fact that they lost the first game against Fnatic meant that it was quite likely we could end up seeing a draw. But the fact that they've lost this game and taken it to won this game and taken it to 1-1 makes it a lot more interesting because now the pressure is really onto Team Liquid for their next matchups to not drop a game because now both teams that were looking okay to challenge them at that point in the last game have lost a game. And if Fnatic lose the next game, then Gamers2 will be in a great position and it will all be up to Team Liquid to not lose a map. I misread that, but yeah.
Someone was buying a skin or something.
No, someone had enough time to buy a skin in the time that it took them to get into this game. But this is going to be game number 3 of this best of 3 series in the Dingit 4-team Invitational. And winner of this is going to change the standings quite significantly to try and get a share of that $1,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the left-hand side in the blue trunks, it is going to be Fnatic. And in the top lane, it is going to be Kessel, who is playing the Tyrande. Freds is on the Diablo. Ace of Spades is playing the Ufa. Lowell will be playing the Illidan. Oh, and did I say Shinobu on the Jaina?
No, you didn't.
He ran past me as I went down, I think.
Yeah.
So Shinobu is on the Jaina.
And on the side that is to the right, we have a golden Gen who's being played by Saichu. We have Rhaegar being played by Leo from Korea. ADRD on Tacita. Valor's being played by Joey. Nika on the hammer. And as a 5-man stack, they are representing Ocelot himself in the form of Gamers2. Who failed to make it to LCS again.
Yep. No comment. But we do have Gamers2 just hanging around at the moment. They're going to get a bit of harassment onto Shinobu, but that's still going to mean Freds and Ace of Spades will get control of the Watchtower. They're going in, but he can't get the overpower, so they didn't get the full combo off. ADRD able to escape. There's the Cone of Cold. There's the Blizzard, and we see the Dimensional Shift instantly from ADRD to avoid all of that damage. Freds taking a lot of damage. Hammer just going for the knockback in the end as well. And now at the beginning of the game, Scuffle has gone down. Let's actually have a look at some of the level 1 talents that they were using in that Scuffle. This time, Ufa is actually going for the Conjurer's Pursuit, which is a bit weird, because it's a smaller map, a much shorter map, so taking the ability that gets better the longer the game goes on makes very little sense. However, Diablo is going for the Devil's Due trait, which means his resurrection costs 40 souls less, which is great on this map because it's Diablo. As we mentioned, he gets better as the game goes on. Suddenly take that away, and he's just basically got a really cheap resurgence.
Yeah, essentially. Should this game hit level 20, Ace of Spades and Fred, essentially double Resurgence. That could get nasty for Gamers2. They're looking to end this one pretty early on, it has to be said. Mine's opening in 10 seconds. Neither team has really pushed a lot. Saichu has been forced to tap down in the bot lane, but who's going to get down into the mines first? And what are they going to do once they get there? It looks like Fnatic are the team that have control of this top lane as we hop down. They are looking like they want to trap this.
They are. They're grouping up, but it looks like doesn't really look like Gamers2 care.
No.
As Zaichu is in the top lane, just still dueling with Lowell. The rest of Gamers2 showed themselves heading down to the bot lane, and then instantly went straight back up to top, baiting Fnatic away from the entrance, so they had a free way to get in. And now they're going in. They know it's 4 versus 4, so they're actually pushing in very hard here. Fred's already being forced back on low health. In comes Zaichu with the slow. There's the overpower, just like, no, I want to go past, you're in my way. However, damage comes down, he gets out of the mines, but down he goes. And that is first blood for Gamers2. Chen, in fact, is going to stay up as his team would still have a numbers advantage, while the rest of Gamers2 still hanging around in the mines and grab as many skulls as they can. However, Ufa has been sneaky. He's been able to grab a couple skulls while Gamers2 were busy killing his team, and he's already got 35 for his team.
Yep, as ADRD is going to try and get some damage down. They both hop out of the mines at the same time. ADRD probably doesn't want to fight against an Illidan and a Lao. Chen did fall in the bot lane, however. That was the combo of Kessel and Fred. Towers are out of ammo, so they're just going to push this and be happy with a 35 up versus 65 Skull Golem. Nika, Joey, and Leo going to be grabbing this one. Leo getting a little bit low, has to dodge out. Joey may have to tank for just a little while, but even so, Fnatic, they've got one tower, going to get a second here as ADRD makes his way down.
Yeah, they're all going B after this, so it's not a huge deal. Actually, it looks like Joey's going to stay and run out of the mines rather than go B. Fnatic going to be backing up here, going to be heading for their easy camp just to help counter the slightly stronger golem of Gamers2.
Yep, and they should, in theory, wait to cap this, but this is a very, very nice Farsight coming down. They know that they're now just waiting for this. It was expected, but it's now just to make sure.
Counter Owl. You see us, we now see you. And both teams going to be passive and just hang around here, wait for golems to hit at about the enemy keep on the minimap. Enemy fort, yeah, sorry, not the keep on the minimap. And then grab it there, and that should hit just in time so that the giants aren't too far forward to get hit by the golem, or just to go the golem to go past them, but don't leave too much time for the golem to get free damage. And both teams almost simultaneously, slightly earlier for Fnatic, but it's not going to make a huge difference. In fact, it's actually going to help them out because, like we can see here, their golem will get there a little bit their giants will get there a little bit quicker to start dealing with this giant. But they actually are dealing with minions first, so we can see that actually Gamers2's are working out better for them.
Yeah, but there's actually a 5-man push coming out from Fnatic here as well, so Gamers2 XP-wise are coming out a little bit better off, as now they're going to be backing away from this top lane. Could see them jump down to the mines if they feel like they were under severe threat, but they are indeed not. This golem's still going to town on this fort. There is a mule coming out from Tyrande yet again here, as Tasta is doing the exact same down in bot lane.
Yeah, and Tastar's doing a much more efficient job because he's Tastar, but Tastar mistiming his Mule there. Mule getting killed off by that ability from the Golem. But both teams able to protect their forts for the moment. And yeah, like we see, Tastar's is actually a little bit lower despite there being a weaker Golem due to the slight push from a Fnatic we saw, and the fact that he mistimed his Mule and it did die to the Golem ability.
Yep, as this hard camp is exhausting the towers of a little bit of ammo, but not enough to be too devastating towards them. There is a minion wave of archers here. There was about 7 there to start things off. Gamers2, they're going to just multi-shot it down, get some more damage going down there. But I don't really expect to see anything here until the teams either A, hit level 10, or B, the mines open up again.
Yeah, we'll be seeing both teams go a little bit passive for now, just soak as much XP as they can, which is currently going a bit better for Fnatic, but Gamers2, they had a bit of leeway. And Leo from Korea is still going to get to the top lane in time to soak all the XP from there.
Yeah, as again, Yoe just using the multi-shot, getting some free damage off. But speaking of free damage, they're going to try and go onto him. Fred's taking a lot of damage, however. Flying kick coming in from Chen is going to jump onto him, body blocking up a little bit. It's going to be up soon. There it is, as they force Fred's round into the slow. And easy pick up there for Gamers2. But it doesn't matter, they just get an XP because Diablo is now back alive with that 60 soul count. He now has 9, so he still needs to get a significant amount if he wants to resurge again.
Indeed. So he'll be joining back up with his team straight away. Neither team currently level 10 as the mines are getting ready to open. Illidan dueling a little with Zaichu in the top lane, both of them soaking. Lowell coming off very much worse. But he's actually going to get a tower for his team here, which is going to help massively. Both teams getting so close to that level 10 count as the mines will open in 5 seconds. We're seeing Gamers2 head down 4-man in the bot lane, whereas Fnatic choosing to head to the top lane first to join up with Lowell before they head into the mines so that they go in as a team. Lau getting a heal is actually not going to go in yet. He's just going to keep an eye on Chen, make sure they don't lose anything, but that basically means they gave a lot of skulls over to Gamers2.
Yep, already on 28, looking to get at least 34 here, 38 because we have Leo down in the bottom right, and they've kind of suffocated the movement here of Fnatic. Fnatic completely surrounded. Fred's taking up all of those little spider mines there. Nika, though, however, he's taking quite a bit of damage from Lau's Illidan. He's going to stick onto it. In fact, the Archon being popped from ADRD. Apocalypse coming out is only going to hit Leo. Sergeant Hammer does, however, fall. The strafe coming out. There's the Metamorphosis with the Starfall. It's going to be tough for Gamers2 to really get anything else from this, as Saishu is now flipped back into the team. He's going to forward. Gamers2, they lost 2 players, but they've got 46 goals. They're going to be, I guess, quite happy with it, considering the outcome.
Yeah, they will be okay with it. We will see Fnatic go and take the big golem just to give themselves the larger golem overall. Whereas the rest of Gamers2, anyone who needed it, going back to base and grab some health. Whereas Tassadar actually heading to the top lane. I think he thought the fort was still low, but he's just going to do as much damage as he can while tanking with his shield. Just take a little bit of ammo down, make sure his golem can get going a little bit quicker. He's here with his team now, and Tassadar has actually gone into the mines for I'm not sure what reason.
We saw him use the Oracle down there, so I guess he was just scouting to see if Fnatic had backed yet, which I guess they would have done, but just ADRD things.
Yeah, but it's a good thing to check. If anyone's coming out that way as well, it means your team can turn around. So yeah, makes quite a bit of sense. We're going to see Gamers2 realise that basically everyone from Fnatic is here, so they're going to back up and go and defend their own fort. However, this does mean that Fnatic are basically abandoning their top fort, and that is almost guaranteed to die. There's the slam, and there's no mule on it either, so yeah, that's pretty much guaranteed to be dying here. But Fnatic need to get this bottom fort as well to even it up. In comes Fred with the Apocalypse, and he misses it on everyone. Zhao gets the Ancestral, and the full strafe duration goes on, but the Divine Shield keeps Shinobu alive and makes it so he doesn't take any damage from that strafe. But Fred is out of position. He will go down. Kessel, also being dropped very low here, is on the run. There's the Farsight, so they can continue this chase with Vision. Kessel gets another heal on him, trying to keep himself alive. There's the mines. He's going to try and... Nope, he's not going to make his way out. He's instead just going to keep running, but that's basically just sealed his fate doing that. Ooh, no. Micro.
There
nope.
it is.
Trying to micro, but now Fnatic, and I'm not sure about that decision.
Yeah, well, it looks like that golem might get one tower here. Probably won't.
Well, no, it'll get a tower.
No, it won't.
Oh no, the shield, yeah. Shields are good. And yeah, they'll be able to take that down. Whereas Fnatic, though, they're also not going to lose their own tower, so that's not too bad. Mule's been used now to heal up those buildings. Fnatic heading to the center of the map. There is a bruiser camp there. They can try and steal it. There's the owl, so they can see where Gamers2 are. So they could try and steal this, but they know where, like I said, they know where Gamers2 are. They don't want to take the risk and get themselves caught out.
Yeah, both teams about to hit level 13 as well here, as they grab some oh-so-important talents. The hard camp, though, could be the next point of contention, or maybe Fnatic's own easy camp. We're going to see a sprint out of Tyrande and Jaina this time round. Not going to go for the true shot or even with the Illidan on their side. Blessed Champion, after using Holy Light, your next basic attack heals nearby allied heroes. Really going for that healing, looking to maybe go deep alongside the Illidan, or maybe just peel for the team, but Freds is going in on Saishu. The stun will miss from Tyrande.
That's a lot of damage.
Getting very, very low. The strafe coming out as well in the back line, just being shielded up there, protected by Saishu. Freds so low. There it is. Gonna pick him off, but he's gonna resurrect as well here. 2 towers gonna go in favor of Gamers2 as Nika here. He has the giant killer. He's just gonna go on to this fort.
Yep, double giant killer in a team against a non-tanky Diablo, seeing as he's not running the extra health and health regen, is very risky. And here he comes though, but he's not able to get the overpower. Oh, he does, but it just misses. The follow-up stun does not land. And once again, we're going to see Fnatic backing up, but this time they have no fort to retreat into. Zhao continuing to push up a bit, but he's going to back up now that he's in tower range. Fnatic not losing anyone that time, but they're still 2 kills behind, and their tiny level lead they had just before this all started has now completely gone.
They want to fight Fnatic here at the top. ADRD is ready and waiting.
Surprise!
There it is. Kessel and Shinobu running away from this one as well. Kessel going to be the brunt of the damage here. Apocalypse is used, but Vala is in fact the first to fall. Saishu now on the front line. Freds is very low. Nika not able to see jump just yet, however. Lao with the Divine Shield going pretty deep here. The Wandering Keg being used to isolate Lao. They're going to try and burst him down. Shinobu getting knocked away as well, but now ADRD getting low also in the back line. Shinobu, Freds still very, very low. Lao, the Ancestral's going to go down onto Saishu as they're going to keep on chasing up onto the surface here. Freds, Ace, Shinobu all so low, as they're going to go straight back down. Mines are up.
Yep, and Fnatic do technically come out ahead there as they do get a kill, but
Define ahead.
So much, yeah, they came out ahead in the fight, but like I was about to say, so much was given up for that because there was so much sustain out of Gamers2. Gamers2 are just going to grab everything here, and they're still going to keep that level lead that they had before this, and it's already 62 skulls. And Gamers2 not even going to bother go for the big golem. They're going to be out, regroup, to make sure that they don't get killed off by the huge Fnatic stack that is just rolling into the mines right now to take whatever's left.
Yeah, well, we could even see Gamers2 take at least one of these camps away, probably 2, at least the hard and the easy, unless they're going to go back down here and try and fight.
Jen's actually just grabbing the one small camp that they missed to give them an even stronger golem. And now we're seeing Gamers2 regroup. They'll likely grab the Bruiser camp here. Maybe steal the easy camp. Yeah, they're going to steal the easy camp. Nope. No. Indecisive. Well, the golem's already... The big golem's already dead, so they know that Fnatic will be being out. And if they did go for the easy camp, there's a chance they'd be caught. They could probably kill it quick enough, but they're still going for the safer play of killing off the Bruiser camp.
Yep, and there it is. That's going to push down this bot lane. There is a big old mini wave here for ADRD and co to clear, which of course with Psystorms, Moldy Shot, it's going to go down relatively quickly. But now you'd like to think that Gamers2 are going to push with this 70 golem, but it looks like they're just going to take the easy camp and push this bot. Nope, they are going to in fact push with
just
the golem.
Using the easy camp as a get to the enemy base quicker for Zaichu. You can see Nika Siege up. He does have Hover Siege, so he's going to begin slowly floating into the enemy base, taking down the wall to give himself a better angle to shoot from here. And they're going to begin working on that fort. And they have such a big golem, they're going to be able to take it down very quickly. Golem's only on half health, and they're still going to be able to take down this fort quick enough as they need to. Having a look at some of the other level 16 talents out of Gamers2. Blood for Blood has been taken by Vala. That will be being dropped on Diablo when they do actually need to fight. The standard Tassadar Dimensional Warp. Obviously, as we've mentioned earlier, allowing Hammer to just slowly sneak into kill range. Pressure point out of 10 might make the difference here if they can maybe catch someone out. It maybe will just end the game right here. And the Earthgrass Totem for the exact same reason out of Chen. Out of Rhaegar, sorry.
Is down. Metamorphosis coming in. They are going to try and get onto Joey here and Nika. But look how safe Joey is in this backline. Ace of Spades getting really low as well. The Ancestral being used onto Nika. Loud Divine Shield being forced onto him. Ace of Spades getting low to the side. The core, is on 59%. Zaishu using this barrel. Look at where Shinobu's being chucked back into. Kaisel now the next low target. As is Ace, as is Lao, as is Freds now. And it looks like Nika with this Hover Siege is going to be finishing off the core while the rest of the team soak up the damage, do their thing. And Gamers2, they're going to take this series after going down 1-0. They bring it back to 2-1, and they now top the group. with 4 wins. No, sorry, 2 wins to their name, 4 map wins. Really nice